The Matthew Books. Matthew, Tell Me About Heaven. A first-hand description of the afterlife by Suzanne Ward. Published by Matthew Books. Part 2. Nirvana. Intrarealm Communication. Suzanne. If you want to be with someone there, how do you let that person know? Matthew. I think of him. Well, it's much more than a thought, or everyone here would be forever visiting each other if only a thought brought us together. Contact is the result of a mutual desiring of presence or communication. It's a special energy wavelength. Our individual energy vibrations are as distinctive as Earth fingerprints, and a great deal easier to track because there's no mechanism involved. If we're busy when someone thinks of us only casually, without urgency or intense desire, by means of a privacy shielding or personal frequency emits a signal equivalent to your telephone's busy signal, or we can simply not want to be disturbed. In either case, much like a message left on your answering machine, the call is registered by the existence of the thought that initiated the signal. It is a non-interference or non-interruption mechanism on a frequency that can be turned on and off, like your radio. When the shielding is removed, there is instantaneous connection between the caller and the intended receiver. This system enables both complete personal privacy and a mass communication method, such as public notification that a lecture is about to begin. It's actually nothing more than you have devised by harnessing the same energy through technical means, but here the technology is inherent in the realm existence, and no equipment is needed for transmission or reception. We have an easy and foolproof means for taking a message to pass on to someone, like those I've given you to relay. The originator literally impresses his thoughts upon my energy system for direct transference into my pulsations for you to receive. This is a simple downloading function, like a basic process of your computers. Suzanne, that's beyond me, as I'm sure you know. But that's okay. Obviously it works. Do you ever speak aloud? Or is all your communication by those thought processes? Matthew, we certainly can speak audibly, but the majority of our personal and public communication is telepathic, or as you said, thought processes. In classes and public meetings, there may be a spoken message of welcome out of courtesy to recently arrived souls who still are more comfortable with speech. The spoken message is simultaneously translated into all Earth languages and delivered to the audience via appropriate sound waves. But generally, the lecture or meeting itself would be presented telepathically. Suzanne, but wouldn't translation be necessary for telepathic exchange too? Matthew, yes, it is. A common ground for interpreting the thought impressions is achieved by a process similar to a system developed for interaction between your different types of computers and software programs. It is a synthesis of knowledge exchange that is inherent in our cellular memory, so it isn't something that has to be learned, only remembered. This capability also extends to spoken languages. We have talked with visitors from beyond our galaxy using a communication mode into which all languages and dialects are fed and translated instantaneously. Suzanne, Matthew, do you ever talk with God? Matthew, yes, Mother, we do talk. It is not what you would consider a real conversation, though, because far more than an exchange of words happens. It is an entire essence experience, one that I wish I could describe to you, but it isn't possible because your language doesn't have the words to explain it. The best I can do is tell you the sensation is like being melted into such encompassing love that words are not needed, yet the complete ideas are exchanged. It is a more exalted experience than even the love expressed among souls here that I've described to you. Suzanne, does God ever talk to any of us? Matthew, all the time. If you'd but listen instead of thinking. And in the conversations with you, there are words, because that is your form of communication, and you wouldn't understand a message without words, would you?